sap in, or water in, or maple water. Pot I've got holds about 10, 11 gallon. The pot we made at school, and the condenser unit is working quite well. I had to put the square tubes on it to be able to get a little air space, but condenser's working quite well. Have to put about fill it up every hour, hour and a half. But working good. Get another bucket of sap, and a bucket of water. This bucket, it'll be 10 gallon, and I may add just a little bit more. I add about probably another gallon, gallon and a half. That'll make it about 12, 11 and a half, 12 gallon. About 11 gallon. And again, this is not no how-to video. It's just how I do it. What I'm doing is the hobby experiment. Last night I began cooking off about 8 o'clock. After I got the condenser set up, fire built in it, I started cooking about 8 o'clock. I cooked to actually 1 o'clock, left the sap on, and it continued to cook during the night. And I had I cooked down 35 gallon of water, and I had this morning about a gallon and a half of condensed, concentrated. It's not yet it's not yet syrup, but a lot closer. It should make 35 gallons. Should make just a little over a half a gallon, give or take. Today we've got a lot of cooking. Be in and out. I'm going to get this to a boil and then just add to it as needed. Last night I used a 4 gallon pot on the top here to warm. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I may work on condensing my concentrate down to a syrup and let this be a separate batch. Again, this is not no how-to video. This is just what I'm doing on Overstreet Farms, so as a hobby. And if you hear dogs in the background or see a dog, our black lab is Lila. She's very photogenic, and our little feist, she's a little old. She's kind of bashful. That's Dixie. So, but you may see them come in and out of the camera screen in a moment. But this is what we're doing. Again, I'll show bits and pieces of it, kind of show you mainly for my students at school, to kind of show them what they actually built and how it works, and something that nobody in our area does is making maple syrup. Again, I'm not no expert, just watching videos, reading, and seeing how other people do it. And we're here actually February the 1st. We started tapping trees a week ago. Should have started at the 1st of January, but we had about 100 gallon of maple water, maybe a little over 100 gallon of water this past week. I've still got two 48 quart coolers that's nearly full, plus 1 more gallon. So we'll be cooking all day into the night. Anyway. I'm actually using a mixture of red oak and chestnut oak for my heat source with a little pine. The pine seems like keeps the fire a little hotter. So I'm adding a little bit of just construction 2x6s, chopping them up and using those. I've got plenty in there. So we're gonna keep heating with my furnace wood. Chestnut oak and red oak. And it's a little green. Chestnut oak's quite a bit drier, but the red oak's a little green. Wish it was dry, but it'll serve the purpose. Alright, for purposes of instructions here, I was going to show you guys how that I tap a tree. Again, it may not, it's just the way that we've been doing it, what we saw, what we read, and I want to show you, give you an example. This is not the ideal tree. It's got some wire running in it. We're going to tap it, see if we get some juice. If it's a little colored, we'll toss it. This is just basically for the purposes of showing you how to do it. Again, I've got my hose run into a clean bucket, and I have my tap here. I forgot a hammer. I've got a rock picked out, but I'm going to put my tap in just far enough up that I can actually put my hose. I'm extremely close to the road, as you can probably see. Alright, so clean out a spot to set my bucket. You want it on the sunny side. This is probably not the best place to video, but I need it on the sunny side where the sun actually hits the tree for the sap to actually flow. It's been about 60 some odd degrees today, so it's probably not going to flow very well the next few days. But we're going to tap at an angle, and we're going to go about 1.5 to 2 inches into the tree. Clean my hole out. We'll get my tap, and again, this is a maple tree. There's several different types where we live at. A lot of silver maple. I actually don't know what kind this is. Sugar maples put off, they say, a higher content of sugar, but all maple trees will give you sap. So, got my hole drilled. I'm going to take my rock here to maybe stabilize my bucket. Hopefully we won't get no wind. Again, I did not see no sap in this one. Sometimes the trees that we tap, the sap actually start running out as you are drilling. But again, probably won't get no sap for a few days out of this one because it's so warm. And I'm trying to keep an eye on the buds. You don't want to get what they call buddy sap. It's kind of nasty, and we're getting close here. So anyway, and this is the 1st of February. So probably not much longer tapping trees around here. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes. I've got it to a kind of a steady boil. It's pretty good for 11 gallons within 15 or 20 minutes getting into a boil. I did go ahead and place my pot up here for now. I've got it full of water. I'm preheating it, and when this boils down, I'll take what's in here, pour into the condenser pot, and then add a little bit more to this afternoon. And this afternoon, I'm going to take this pot and take my concentrate that I have in the garage and try to get it to a syrup. with propane. Trying to eliminate as much propane as I can, use as much natural wood, have all access to all the kind of wood I need. So that's what I'm working on today. Also be doing some things in the background. We're going to be putting in some horse stall or some a round pen for horses in the back here. So I'll be here close. I may work in the shop a little bit, but I got to kind of stay close to this. I'm not going to just stand over it all day, but I am going to kind of be here close to it. That way I can check on it periodically. But it's going pretty good right now. And like I said, we'll look here shortly to kind of see what it looks like. It kind of changes colors. It's kind of clear when you put it in the pot. The more that you do, you can keep condensing down, the darker it gets. Goes from a clear to a light brown to a darker brown, and then when you condense it down to a syrup, normally it gets a kind of a richer brown color. It's going pretty good. I'll use my spoon to skim off the top here. Actually using a maple ladle I made out of a piece of maple for a skimmer, just to kind of skim this foam off the top. A lot of times it contains some of the impurities, which there'll be impurities in it that'll have to be drained and filtered off. Again, it's not perfect, and what I'm doing is I'm not no expert. I'm in Southern Tennessee making maple syrup, so you know I'm not no expert. I'm just doing it as a hobby. Went well last year. We made about 2 gallons of syrup this year. Depending on how the weather is, it's 60 degrees. It's supposed to be 60 degrees today, so our tapping season here may be cut short because of the warm weather. All right, guys, it's trying to focus, and I'm trying to avoid the smoke. This is the maple water actually cooking down. I think this is 45 gallon condensed down to about 9 gallons so far. I think we have about maybe 30 more gallon to cook off. Don't know if we'll get it done tonight. What we're going to do is condense it down to a gallon and a half to 2 gallons, maybe 3, and then do some small batch cooking on some propane to try to get it to syrup, which we'll filter this and go from there. All right, this is another thing we did today. We set up a round pan. You can see it just on the other side of Allie, or horse, or mare. Got a working pen, and she's actually got a mess in her pen here today. All the rain we've had. And there's the cows. All right, back here, do a few clips here of the cooker cooking to kind of see some changes need to be made. I need a bigger draft pipe. That's an old basketball goal pipe that we use for the stack. I have the warming pot sitting on top, which I will continue to fill it as I add to my other to preheat my syrup. Got a piece of plywood laid up on it to keep anything out of it while it's warming up, and the wood's wet, so we're kind of trying to pre-dry it out a little bit along the cooker. But cooker does well. Does good. Thank you guys for helping us out. We actually have. We kind of slept there last night for a period of time, and yeah. Smoke him eye. Not getting emotional, no. I'm just getting smoking my eye. Alright. The preheated sap went from the pot into the main evaporator pan. New sap, new water went into the warming pan. And that's kind of a process. Long hours. Long hours. We're up to probably 15 hours worth, give or take. Guys, I'll again show you when I start condensing it down. Once I get it all kind of concentrated down, there's several more boiling, several more, same process that we just showed you. We get this down to at least 5 gallons, and then we'll bring it down to a smaller cooker and then start cooking it off. All in all, 100 gallon. We're hoping maybe about 1.5 gallons of syrup if it goes well. Thank you, guys.